I would like to accelerate my attraction instead of a week, a day, instead of a day, an hour, and an hour, a minute.
Now think about what you're saying, because in light of everything that we've been talking about here today, you have a point of attraction that is bringing things to you that match your vibration. So our very loving and careful question to you is, are you sure enough about your point of attraction that you want instant manifestation to it? Or would you like to gently and gradually work the bugs out of it by one at a time identifying the manifestational indicators and tweaking them if they need tweaking? Oh, you only meant you want to increase the acceleration of the things you want, not the things you don't want. But law of attraction can't distinguish between them. Law of attraction just brings to you what's in your vibrational mix, you see. When you say to us, well, I want to increase the speed with which things come to me. I want things to come faster and faster. Then we say, then you want to be speaking more and more about what it is you are wanting and why you are wanting it, so that you make sure that you're where you want to be when this law of attraction responds to you. In fact, we're going to let you talk in just a moment. We're having such fun laying this basis here. In fact, do you know that what you ask for is already happening, in the sense that whatever it is that you are being vibrationally is manifesting around you constantly? You are getting instant manifestations. In other words, how I be is my indicator of how I'm vibrating. How I be is my indicator of how I'm vibrating, right down to who's moving with you in traffic, who you are rendezvousing with when you check into a hotel, what the attitude is of the waiter that comes to your table. In other words, every single manifestation you have is a juncture where the environment around you is merging with you because of the vibrational potency of your vibrational relationship. It's all happening now. In fact, it couldn't happen any faster, really. Law of attraction could not respond to you faster than it is. Let's start there. Law of attraction cannot respond to you faster than it is. And the things that are manifesting around you are a perfect match to how you're vibrating. Want some changes? Vibrate differently. Oh, isn't this good to know? Doesn't it give you a sense of control? Doesn't it make you realize that that powerlessness was erroneous? You are powerful beings. You're so powerful. You can create bondage. You're so free, you can create bondage. You are the keeper of this experience. So now we have totally messed up your premise. What is it you want to say to us? We've left you speechless.
Let me give you an example. Maybe this could my decisions come so much faster now than they did 6 months ago.
Yeah.
And now what I want to do is to be able to get, for example, when I'm having conversations with people, to get on the same frequency faster.
Why?
Because I want to move faster.
But why do they need to be on your frequency? And this is the reason that we are nitpicking here.
It's okay.
When all you have to manage is the frequencies between you and you. And when you manage that frequency, you'll be powerful in your influence. When you consider their frequency, you get out of balance, because now their frequency is a factor that takes you away from your dominant frequency.
So I don't want to give her a rip what they think or feel.
You want to use what they think or feel as your catalyst to identify more clearly what you think and who you are. Esther says this quite often. I want to be a really good communicator. And more she is realizing that she cannot bring anyone to her current place of knowing, and every time she tries, she becomes more frustrated. Where if she would disregard where they are and just keep focusing upon where she is until it's dominant, they'd come with her or they wouldn't, but at least they wouldn't be her excuse for her not going with her. And when you come into alignment with who you are, those who are a match to where you are will show up, while those who aren't a match will move away.
Wow.
So give us the specifics of what you're talking about, because we know theoretically this makes a lot of sense. Practically, you got people you got to work with.
Right, real world with real people.
But we just want you to know,
okay,
when you know this, in the real world with real people, all of this will happen just the way we told you that it will.
Yeah, the question's more specific. I was on a business call with someone, and We had real good attraction towards each other. And my question is, I wanted to co-create some stuff with him. And I found that when I was listening to him, that his answer was going to be no. But then out of the blue, he says, have you ever thought about this and that? So my question is, can the law of attraction aberrate its equation and carry him to where you want to go?
Yes.
Okay.
It happens all the time. In other words, you thought you were co-creating on one level, wherein really you were co-creating on another.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll say, well, I need to meet with this person because I want to accomplish such and such. And when you meet with that person, they say no to what you went for, but they give you something else that you didn't even know you were looking for.
Exactly. This is also what I do.
It came out of the oblivious, in other words.
Yes. And you can't anticipate it. So let me...
Well, you can.
Can
and
I?
You can anticipate it. You can't figure out every thought. You can't manage all the thoughts. And you can't anticipate all the thoughts or all the thought rendezvous. In other words, that was a very good way that you described that. Your thoughts are expanding exponentially, and keeping track of all of the thoughts and all of the thinkers and the way they intertwine with one another is not your job. It's the job of law of attraction.
Okay.
When you start looking for the feeling, you find the essence of the vibration of the thought. So, for example, let's say that you are talking with a person. What in general were you wanting from your interaction with that person?
Specifically to create a training company.
In other words, you were wanting to work with this person to create the company? Or you
Correct.
And so, as you are interacting with this person, and that is the goal or the desire that you have, what do you think the vibrational essence is that's there also? In other words, beyond the specifics of this person and this training company and this person working specifically with you, what's the vibrational essence that you were looking for? Why was that person key to you?
The person was key to me because he responded to an email from me, and we had a lot of commonality. Actually, when the conversation started, there was a lot of good energy, and I thought...
So you felt that that person would bring other insight to the table that you didn't have?
Insight, skill, synergy, and teamwork. He could be a real confidant on a team to take this to the level I wanted to take it to.
So what is the emotional essence of that? In other words, say those words again. Synergy.
Synergy.
What's the emotional essence of that?
Cooperation.
Synergy. Teamwork. Synergy. What's the emotional essence of that? What is it that you're reaching for? Greater power. I want to dialogue with someone who stimulates in me greater alignment. That's the emotional essence of synergy and teamwork. I feel that working with someone, I'll be more powerful than if I don't work with someone. So that's the emotional underpinning of that. And now when you think about it, you are a partner with universal forces. Do you need someone else for that synergy? Or is that synergy accomplished when you come into alignment with your true power? One who's tuned in, tapped in, turned on is more powerful more influential than a million who are not. So that's the synergy that you're looking for, yes?
Yes.
So what else were you looking for, or did you find in this conversation with this person?
That he was just a really great person. He had a lot of skill, a lot of talent, a lot of ability, a lot of vision, forward thinking. Just for lack of a better word, clicked with him. He was just someone I could say, hey, this is someone I could work with over a duration of time.
So what was the outcome of the conversation?
The outcome of the conversation is another manager came in who was Darth Maul. And he screwed up the Jedi meeting. Another manager came, and he was of a different generation than mine, and we didn't click, and there was a lot of tension. There was like this really cool energy, and then this other guy came in, and there was a lot of tension, and then game over. All of a sudden, I don't know, it disintegrated from that moment.
Here's the thing that we want you to hear from us.
Sure.
We think you're looking for love in all the wrong places. We think you're looking for synergy in all the wrong places. In other words, you're looking for it in those people who are outside of you, where the only place that you'll ever find it is inside of you. So what happens when the other man came in and sort of, in your words, messed up the energy of what was going on? That's not what messed up the energy. It was your response to that. And that's what sort of renders you seemingly powerless. In other words, to want to click with someone is a nice thing. But to want to click with someone more than wanting to click with yourself is not so good. And when you show yourself that you can click with yourself regardless of who else is in the room, then you've got that true synergy going on where law of attraction can always bring the next logical piece to you. You see, some of the people that you would never want to spend much time working with have pieces of information that you're looking for. And when you're out there feeling out their vibe and coming to the conclusion that their vibe is off, then you miss the nuggets that they're bringing to you. The universe isn't saying to you, here's this person we want you to marry. The universe is saying, here's a person who has an answer to a question you've been asking. And if you dialogue here, you're going to get some insights that will be of value to you. And this is the thing about co-creating that so many of you are missing. You don't have to move in with these people that you are co-creating with. You don't have to make a life with them. You want to come into alignment with who you are so that you can receive the benefit that the universe is bringing to you. And this comes back around to the first thing that you said about the speed of accomplishment that you're talking about. When you're tuned in, tapped in, turned on, that means you've got your sea legs. That means you're flexible. That means you're resilient. That means you can get out of balance and imbalance, 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 which means you're mostly in balance, mostly in balance, mostly in balance. So now, under those conditions, the universe, who knows where all of the answers to all of your questions are and all of the solutions to all of your problems, is saying, look there, look there, look there. And when you are tuned in, tapped in, turned on, you can look right into the heart and eyes of someone who is 99% not on your wavelength, who has one small little answer to your question, and you come away with the answer to the question, not with the 99% of them that you don't want. You see, you don't need a cooperative world out there. You only need cooperation in your own vibration. That's the synergy that you're seeking. And then, aren't there people that you would never in a million years go into business with that you love partying with? So the fact that you don't want to go into business with them, does it keep you from partying with them?
No.
And so what we're saying is, in every person, no matter how they feel, whether they come from the dark side, as you implied, or from another generation, which is essentially the same thing, you can elicit from them the value that you're looking for.
Oh, that is excellent.
We have enjoyed this interaction immensely. It has been co-creating at its best, really. It has been moving out where thought has not been before. You have put more things in vibrational escrow, but even more than that, it has been a day of little by little coming more and more into conscious awareness of how to find alignment with your own vibrational escrow. We are so appreciative of those of you who have been willing to come to the chair, and we are exhilarated about the proximity that you have achieved as a result of these hours that we've been together with what's in your own vibrational escrow. It is our desire that you leave here with these things rolling through your mind. I am where I am, and it's all right, because the stream is always flowing toward that which I have become. And if I let where I am be all right, then I can turn easily and go with the stream. Where if I fuss and worry about where I am, or if I condemn where I am, then I hold myself in contradiction to the stream, and then it is more unpleasant. My vibrational escrow is of my creation, and it is a wonderful thing. And I can tell by the way I feel what my vibrational relationship is with it. There isn't anything that I was supposed to do here beyond what I'm already doing. I knew I would explore contrast, and I knew I would give birth to desire, and I knew that I would be able to feel the vibrational relationship between the expanding being that is me and where I'm holding myself in relationship to that expansion. So I love, you're saying, the emotional basis of my life, because it helps me to consciously quantify my journey. We so want you to know that when you have your croaking experience, that you will joyously close that gap. And there is not one of you who will not look back for a moment and acknowledge that everything that you lived was responsible for where you are. But from that non-physical perspective, there will not be that looking back that you are tempted to do from your human perspective, because even that looking back is contrary to the becoming that has happened as a result of that which you have lived.